The Philadelphia Eagles have the 23rd toughest schedule in the league for the upcoming season, and Vegas opened up the wins total for their season at 9.5. Now here's what's interesting, that total mark has already gone down to just 9 wins since then. Definitely a change reflected from the public perception about Chip Kelly basically taking an axe to the roster in the offseason. He nixed Nick Foles, he signed Tim Tebow to replace him, and he didn't stop there. He changed up the roster in key positions like DeMarco Murray at running back, some changes at wide receiver, and in the defensive secondary, just to name a few. So basically, we are looking at a completely different team than we saw last season, and as a reflection, a lot of these games on the schedule will be complete toss-ups depending on how their opponents fare against the changes they made. Let's look at the schedule. Week 1, they see Atlanta. Coin flip there with this game as the Falcons have a new coach, new players, and new technique behind Dan Quinn. Both teams went under huge changes. Then week 4 versus Washington, I'm thinking that's a loss. The Redskins will be playing on their home field, and they beat the Eagles at the very end of the season last year. Then week 5, another matchup of rebuilding teams when the Eagles take on the Saints at home. The Saints' Drew Brees is a great quarterback, and if he has a better team to back him up, that game could get interesting. Now, week 7, the Panthers looked great at the end of the season last year, clinching the NFC South title. I think it could still be an Eagles win, but all the handicappers at SBR seem to be debating this one, so we can just call this one another toss-up. Then we've got the bye in week 8, possible loss in week 12 versus the Lions. The Eagles will be on the road and on 4 days rest versus Matt Stafford and Calvin Johnson. Should be one of the toughest games of the season for the Eagles. Then another loss in week 13 versus the defending champs, the New England Patriots. It's their second game on the road in a row. Plus, the Eagles lost to the Packers last season 3-20, so that should give you an idea of how they'll fare against Tom Brady and the Pats. Then look at week 15, yet another toss-up. Geez, these toss-ups just keep coming, don't they? In the last 2 seasons, this matchup, the Cardinals and the Eagles have split their wins 1-1, but if Carson Palmer can stay healthy, then we may see the Cards take that one. So this wins total for the Eagles, I mean, it really could swing anywhere between 8-6 all the way to as high as 11-5. It all depends on what Chip Kelly does with his team. But push comes to shove, I think I like the decisions that Coach Kelly has made for his team in the offseason, and he's 2 years in a row going 10-6 with his Eagles. So take a shot with the over 9 wins this season for Philly.